moms, play moms, bonus moms, grandmoms, whatever your title may be. Welcome to the Rotten Lemons page, and I personally want to thank you for tuning in to today's Mom Motivation. Now, if you haven't already, please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to this page so that we can get more moms into the Rotten Lemons community, right? So, today's topic is centered around choices, but not the choices of our children, our choices. In so many households or even schools, you might hear them tell children, make the right choice, you're making the wrong choice, make better choices. Why did you make that choice? And so forth, right? Why are we saying that? Because we want them to understand that with every choice comes a consequence. But why aren't we showing our children how our choices sometimes lead to a consequence as well, whether it's good or bad, and how we handle it, right? If we are supposed to be the example that our children look at, to be who they are supposed to be in their future, right? They're looking at us to figure out how to handle certain situations. Then we have to show them how sometimes even our choices, yes, mommy, can lead to consequences. So, when I was thinking about this topic, it was during the time where the talk about, pro-choice and pro-life was being, blasted everywhere. And so me and my children had a conversation. And though this is not about abortion today, I still reminded my children that either way, they both lead to consequences, whether you're pro-choice or pro-life. Now, if you're pro-choice, you have to deal with the consequence of the pain from physical, emotional, mental trauma, right? And then you have to deal with God. But if you decide to be pro-life, you still have a consequence. You got to get ready with your finances, and there is a lifelong period of sacrificing for your child. But on a smaller scale, we sometimes make choices just in parenting alone that lead to negative consequences, or just consequences, period. So for example, if I decide not to cook today, then there's a consequence that I'm either going to have to purchase food out, which is money, or try to scramble up whatever they got in the refrigerator or the freezer for them to make, right? Or if I decide not to go to work, the consequence is I'm either going to lose pay or lose a vacation day or whatever. If I decide not to pay my bills, then you already know the consequence, right? But in life, we have to sometimes explain to our children that though we are adults and we make choices, the consequences sometimes might not always end the way we want them to. And how can we effectively show them this if we're not communicating to them what those look like? Now, I'm not saying tell your children all your business, because some things are just not age appropriate. But if they see these consequences, by all means, have a discussion with your children. Like this discussion that I had with my girls about pro-choice and pro-life, that was just something that was in their face. I didn't want to necessarily talk about it with them, but because they brought it up to me, I had to talk to them about it. And it just made me think, how else can I show my children how the choices affect their life? And so I want to encourage you that if you don't have an open dialogue with your children, if you're not showing them that mommy is a real person, daddy is a real person, we make choices, good and bad, that lead to consequences, good and bad. And let me show you how to properly deal with them so that when you're older, you understand that you can make a choice and you be okay with whatever consequence comes with that. So I hope that this has been very helpful to you, and as always, I'm so proud of you, and I know you're doing a good job, because if you weren't, you would not even be listening to me right now. As always, I know that you got this, and